They say that opposites attract, and these couples definitely prove it. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 good girl bad boy movie couples. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at big screen romances, relationships, and/or pairings that include male characters who aren't solely from the wrong side of the tracks, but could just not be living a conventionally squeaky clean lifestyle or can be considered bad influences by many, with female characters who aren't necessarily the complete opposite, but are at least different from who they're with. We're also looking at only live-action couples and leaving animated pairings for another day. Number 10. Jacob Palmer and Hannah Nana Weaver. Crazy Stupid Love.
I find you very attractive. Do you find me attractive?
He does. I don't.
Jacob is one of those guys who thinks he's all that. He's got looks, can sweet talk, and brings home what seems like a different woman every night. At least one gal sees through his shtick to the womanizer that he really is. Hannah, a law school graduate, thinks she's with the man of her dreams, but when she gets her heart stepped on, she goes back to Jacob because, well, look at him.
Still find me attractive?
Yes.
Still want to take me home?
Yeah.
But that night, they realize that they might have a real connection. It's hard for others to see it at first, but she has a good influence on him, and it's enough to make him a one-girl kind of guy.
You're adorable.
No. I am sexy.
Number 9. Landon Carter and Jamie Sullivan, A Walk to Remember.
I told you not to fall in love with me.
One of the popular kids, Landon has barely noticed the minister's daughter, Jamie Sullivan, despite having known her since childhood. She's considered a weirdo for her modest outfits and lack of makeup, and when she offers to help him learn lines for the school play, he worries that associating with her will ruin his image. But the more time they spend together, the more their friendship and feelings for one another grow. They begin to date, but when he wants to talk about the future, he is devastated to discover she has leukemia, and the prognosis is not good. He ends up a better person for having known her, despite their star-crossed paths. Number 8. Sutter Keeley and Amy Finnicky, The Spectacular Now.
Amy, you're absolutely beautiful.
Oh my god, no.
Sutter Keeley is a classic party animal whose actions are starting to catch up with him. After a night of drinking, he wakes up on Amy Finnicky's front lawn, and things begin to change for the better. Although he's seen her in classes, he never knew her name. They start spending time together, and Sutter realizes she is taking on more responsibility at home than she ought to because of a layabout mother.
Your mom is a grown woman. She can take care of the paper route herself.
They begin to open up about their personal troubles, finding solace in each other. While Sutter is bogged down by his own personal demons, Amy helps him to challenge them.
I love you.
Number 7. Tyler Gage and Nora Clark, Step Up. After a little breaking and entering and doing serious damage to a local art school's theater, Tyler Gage must complete 200 hours of community service at the school. While there, he encounters Nora Clark, a dancer who is getting ready for her senior showcase.
You look beautiful.
When her partner is injured, Tyler offers to step in. She is reluctant at first, but after seeing his moves, reconsiders. At first, they don't get along, but as they dance, teaching one another their styles, a bond begins to grow.
You want to lift me? Are you kidding?
Does it look like I'm kidding?
Despite their struggles and disagreements, they perform together, with Tyler eventually realizing he needs to turn his life around. Number 6. Troy Dyer and Lelena Pierce, Reality Bites.
Troy, aren't you excited?
I'm bursting with fruit flavor.
Troy is a struggling musician who is unable to hold down even minimum wage jobs and is barely staying afloat. Lelena is at the top of her classes at university, graduating as valedictorian, and dreams of being a filmmaker. Despite a mutual attraction, they have trouble truly expressing those sentiments, as their lives lead them down rocky paths.
You better do it now, and you better do it fast, because the world doesn't owe you any favors.
Even when they finally come together, it seems that Troy has blown it, and it isn't until faced with the death of a loved one that he understands how short and precious life is.
Where are you going?
Just gonna look for you.
Number 5. Sebastian Valmont and Annette Hargrove, Cruel Intentions.
Screwing the new headmaster's daughter before school starts. She'll be my greatest victory.
Sebastian Belmont initially can be described in 2 words: the worst. He is depraved enough to even make his shrink give up on him. He sees women as sexual conquests and nothing more. So when he challenges himself to corrupt the literal poster girl for chastity, he feels he is more than up to the task. What he didn't count on was for Annette Hargrove to be so level-headed.
It's because I don't trust myself with you.
She's well onto his game and knows all about him and his womanizing ways. But as they get to know each other, not just as prey and prize, but as real people, they find that they're actually a perfect match.
I'm impressed.
Well, I'm in love.
Number 4, Bender and Claire Standish, The Breakfast Club.
Do you belong to the physics club?
That's an academic club.
We could never forget about you two. At first, it seems that the kids in detention at Shermer High School have nothing in common, but none so much as the princess Claire Standish and the criminal John Bender.
Where's your lunch?
You're wearing it.
Claire is popular and perfect. Bender is a troublemaker with abusive parents. But as their time in detention wears on, Bender challenges Claire's ideas of perfection and why she feels the need to impress others.
Stripped to the things that you know. Shopping, nail polish, your father's BMW, and your poor, rich, drunk mother in the Caribbean.
She begins to see that people are more than just the labels they are given. By the end, there is a growing attraction between them, and it's clear that they both see each other for who they really are. Number 3, Patrick Verona and Caterina Cat Stratford. 10 Things I Hate About You.
I've been looking all over the place for you.
I'm getting trashed, man. Isn't that what you're supposed to do at a party?
Bianca Stratford's father will only let her date if her antisocial sister Kat does too. She tries to arrange for someone to ask her sister out. The logical pick is Patrick, a known bad boy at school. When Patrick refuses, they offer to pay him to do so. It's not easy at first, but Patrick eventually learns more about Kat in order to woo her.
Hey, your eyes have a little green in them.
They go to a party, and from there begins their on-again, off-again relationship. At first, only doing it for cash, Patrick's feelings grow, as do Kat's. All is nearly ruined, however, when Kat learns of the original deal. But of course, this story has a happy ending.
Yeah, but I screwed up. I fell for her.
Number 2, Johnny Castle and Frances Baby Houseman, Dirty Dancing.
Who's that? Oh, them. They're the dance people.
While vacationing with her family in the Catskills, Frances Baby Houseman begins crushing hard on the resort's dancing instructor Johnny Castle. At a secret staff party, Baby is shocked and intrigued to see the type of dancing they do after hours.
Watch my eyes. Ooh, baby, I'm a love man.
When Johnny's dance partner Penny needs an abortion, it's suggested that Baby replace her. Johnny is skeptical, but agrees, and Baby begins to improve. There are many complications along their road, but when Johnny leads her to the stage for the final show, they're not the only ones having the time of their lives. Number 1, Danny Zuko and Sandra D. Sandy Olsson, Grease.
Danny, is this the end?
Of course not. It's only the beginning.
Their brief romance was intense, but when summer ended, Sandy and Danny thought they'd never see each other again. To both of their surprise, they wind up at the same high school in the fall.
Sandy! Danny? What are you doing here?
But while Sandy is still the sweet young lady she's always been, she is shocked to see that at school, Danny is a totally different person, a greaser and leader of the T-Birds. He acts like he's too cool for her.
You're a fake and a phony, and I wish I'd never laid eyes on you.
Whoa. Once he realizes how he's made her feel, he tries everything to win her back. By the end of the school year, Sandy understands that relationships are about compromise, and that maybe she could use a change too.
Tell me about it, Stud.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.